Okay. All right, guys, we're going to get started. Oh my gosh, there's so many exciting things going on this month, in case you can't tell already. So many things to tell you about. Okay, first of all, we all know about the $1,000 cash drawing. I would hope that everyone's aware of that, right? Are you using it? Are you using it? All people have to do is just listen, remember. Last night I did a peek into pink, and so that is available until Saturday. Anyone, I've already had, like I was just talking to someone earlier today who was signing up from it, actually one of Nico's people. There's Nico, yes. Actually, Amanda got somebody from last night too who's signing up. Nico had 2 people actually over the weekend that I'm going to sign up. So get people to peek into pink. They get a free color items. They do have to follow up with me. That's very, very important, and they get an entry to win the $1,000 cash. So our goal is 50 new consultants this month. I think as of now, we're at like 12 or 13, so we're well on our way. Everyone this month to at least get 1 new team member, if not 5. This is the month to go into, I was just telling a new consultant, we can go on this month. This is the month to do it with the starter kit promo. I think everyone knows they're putting $80 in the starter kit, right? Don't ever do this. Don't let this month go by without getting a team member. They get to win the $1,000 or to get an entry into $1,000 cash. They get 1 entry for each video or whatever, 3 in person. So you want to get them to an event. So the guests that come tonight get 3 entries, and so do you. But they have to follow up with me to get entered in. That's really important. Okay. Yeah, let Stacy in. Poor thing. Let Stacy in. Get it? I know. Oh my gosh. Poor thing. A couple other things. Career conference. We can't not talk about career conference. Who's already registered to go? You guys are going to want to go. It is awesome. It'll rock your world. Our goal is to have 40 people come. So here's the thing. If you have not registered, I want to make sure you know that this is the best event. That I love this event because it's cheap, it's close, and it is so empowering. Like you can hear from the top people, and it's girlfriend's weekend away. This is very near and dear to my heart because I went 4 days in, and I truly believe it's why I am where I am today. So, any questions about career conference? By the way, I'm really excited. Oh, I gotta mute the people. I'm really excited. Somebody in the background. Excited because it's a long story, but basically we had a room block, and then they double booked us, so then we didn't get our room block, and all of the hotels are booked in downtown Denver for that weekend because there's multiple conferences. Super fun. Yeah. So, but my assistant is awesome, and she found a place that is even like the cheapest. Anyways, most of the hotels are like $280 to $300 a night in downtown Denver, where she found one that was like $150, and they have a shuttle. It's about 10 minutes away, but they have a shuttle that takes us to the convention center. So you don't even have to do Uber if you don't want to.
Or regular.
Yeah, and well, this is different than that hotel. It's a different one. Free breakfast, free Wi-Fi, and everything. So it's going to be cheaper, and there's a shuttle. It's going to be awesome. So you don't have to worry about hotel. When you register online, just sign up and save your spot, and then we'll figure out the hotel stuff and everything at the end of the month. Whoever's registered, we'll put you all in hotel rooms and everything together. We'll split that 4 ways. So $150 split 4 ways is super cheap, like way cheaper. Usually it's at the Mary Kay hotels, it's $80 to $90 a night.
And you have to pay for parking.
And you have to pay for parking. So you have to pay for parking. Anyway, so I'm really excited about that. So register. It's phenomenal. It'll rock your world. What'd you say?
You get credit towards
Yeah, so it's $90. You get $80 off your second order. So really only, it's $95. You only end up paying $15 at the door. But what it will do for your business is phenomenal. People leave this conference and go and like earn cards like that, become directors like that, because you get a bigger vision of what's possible. So, all right, career conference. Our goal is 40. I think we have, I checked earlier, like 16, 18 people registered. So, yeah. Come on, y'all, Pam says. Get registered. All right. Our goal of the $100 days. Amy isn't here tonight, but she was our winner from last month. My goal for you guys is to have 10 $100 days in the month. And I'll give a prize. I'm giving a prize this month for anyone who has 10 $100 days and comments on our Facebook page. I want you really focus on $100 days. And especially with Valentine's Day around the corner, you can totally do that. The Try It contest, I think you guys know about that, the New York thing. Okay, here's something that you do not know about because we just made it up. I just decided to do it today. Valentine's, because I can do that. And I'm excited about it. So Valentine's Day is Wednesday. You're all aware of this. Last week we talked about ways to, yes, someone's rolling your eyes. Last week we talked about ways to take advantage of Valentine's Day and to really use it for your business to do holiday sales. There is nothing wrong with wrapping up stuff last minute on Valentine's Day and walking around and selling it to men, because I can guarantee there'll be lots of men who have procrastinated are going to stop by somewhere, Walmart or wherever, on the way home. Yeah, lots of husbands. Super cool. What is that? Your basket, Ellen? Yeah. I love. Show us. Get up here and show us. That's super cute. And what is it filled with?
Charcoal mask, and then 2 of their.
Here, show it. Let me grab something and show the people online too. Look how cute is this.
And then my daughter's.
Oh, how cute is this? She's carrying a basket around. Just have some gifts like ready for men to be able to sell quick. That makes sense? Okay. And Valentine's Day, the day of, like last week I talked about getting into a restaurant. Did anyone get into a restaurant last week? Kelly did! I love it. And they'll let her go anytime. You guys, if you find a great restaurant, they will let you come anytime. It's phenomenal. Okay. So the rest of you did not get a restaurant, myself included. So what we're gonna do, and we're excited about it, is we're gonna go out with a bunch of flowers. We're gonna meet here Wednesday morning at 10 a.m. Those of you that are available, come. We're gonna meet at 10 a.m. and we're just gonna go out and hand a ton of flowers out to women and just wish them happy Valentine's Day. So just know that you can do that on your own. Just because you didn't get into a restaurant doesn't mean that you can't go out and meet a bunch of women and give them a flower. I got a whole box of flowers down there. My goal is to get them all out and just go out and hand out flowers to women, because who does not love getting a flower on Valentine's Day, right? They love it. 10 a.m. we're gonna meet here. If you want to come cute, dressed in Mary Kay attire. You can bring your kids if you want. Those of you that have kids, because what woman doesn't love to get a flower from a kid, right? And we're just gonna go out. I don't know where we're gonna go. I have no clue. We're just gonna go out and bless people and hand out flowers. So if you want to come. If you're busy or you're working, grab some flowers and go do it after work. You know, just go bless women, because it's a great way. And then we're doing a drawing, of course. Like we'll say Happy Valentine's Day and make a big deal of it, and then. I'll probably say something like, and I'm giving away pampering packages because Lord knows we need that, you know, and then get their name and number, and then I'll call her and give her a facial makeover. So simple way to meet people.
I had put a little washcloth and rolled it up with a little cute ribbon and put it in the satin hands.
Ooh.
And did like the pillow gift idea for the guys to use that at the end of Valentine's Day for their feet. And it comes with everything they need. So their dollar store has 2 washcloths for $1.
Love it.
Cute ribbon and put it in there.
That's good. Good. So grab some flowers before you leave, or if you can meet us on Wednesday at 10, we're meeting here and gonna go out. Okay. Okay. So I have 2 things that I just decided to start doing today. So you probably don't know this either. Well, no, I think one of them you would definitely know about. Our goal is to hit 20,000 wholesale by the 16th. We're going to $1 Million Weekend this weekend, so you're definitely going to want to come back as if you would not. But next Monday, you're going to want to come back, because we are going to be we leave Thursday. We're going to be with the top 11 directors in the nation. A top 11 directors in the nation. They fly us down to Dallas, and we get to pick our top 5 people. So I ran a promo if you weren't around. And these lovely ladies, and where's Courtney? Oh, there's Courtney. Courtney's going, Christina's going, and then Roxanne is a rock star in California. So the 5 of us are going to Dallas, going to learn from the top of the top of the top people. And anyway, so we're going, and you're going to hear all about it. We get back Sunday, you're going to hear all about it. Anyways, the reason I said that is I'm doing a promo to hit 20,000 wholesale by the 16th. And every order you place this month gets entered into that drawing. When we hit that, we're going to give away $200 cash. And every order you place this month counts. And when you order 600 or in any increment of 600, so you order a new consultant, if you order 2,400, that's 4 increments of 600. You get, so 5 entries for each, so that's 20 entries. Does that make sense? So our goal is to rock it up. And the new products come out, which we're going to talk about in a little bit. They come out on the 15th, so you're going to want to stock up and get some of them. They're amazing. Okay, here's the other thing, and I think this is the last one because I'm throwing out a ton of stuff, is, this is brand new. What I'm going to do, and for those of you that are new, you may not even know what this means, but seminar is coming up, and there are year-long goals that you can earn in Mary Kay. Quota sales, quota sharing, and then unit clubs. And I'm going to do something really fun. So 40,000 retail is like doing quota sales. Anyone who hits 30,000 retail or more for the year is going to come get a spa day with me, either depending on who earns it, before seminar there or here, and we'll have to spend a day at the spa. That'll be fun. And you can come when you do. I haven't posted the JPEG yet, and so let me pull up because I think I said 18. So it's quota sharing. So it's 30,000, not the full 40,000 for quota sales, and then it's 18 qualified team members for the year, not 24. And you get to come to the spa day. So, anyways, I will be posting that. For some of you are like, oh, whatever, don't worry about it. Just know spa day. You don't get, anyone can earn it. Anyone could earn it. You can look at your retail for the year, and you can look at your quota sales for or sharing for the year. And our year ends the end of June, and so anybody can earn it. There's still 5 months left to earn it. There's still lots of time. So super fun. Who wants to join me at the spa and get done? I'm excited. Okay. Any other questions about that? I think we're good on announcements.
Or
18 for quarter, 18 person qualifieds. I'll post it. And then 30,000, no, one, either or. Oh, no, I forgot the other one. If you're a new director, you can come. Oh. I forgot the other thing on the flyer. If you're a new director, yeah. Oh, and so all new directors and anyone, I'll post this, and anyone who earns a free car or does 30,000 in sales or 18 qualified team members gets to come to the spa day. So just become a director. It's simple. It's super simple. This is the time to do it, though. If you ever had a desire to be a director, I'm not even kidding. Directorship is on sale right now. I have never seen them have this window, and that, as far as we know, it is ending June 30th. So if you ever want to be a director, now's the time to do it. So, and with the promo going on right now, there's no reason all of you, if you have any desire to be a director, couldn't be in DIQ by the end of the month. Because 8 active is nothing, right? 8 active is easy, right? Okay. All right. Any questions about all that?
No.
Whew. All right. So we're going to learn about the products. I'm going to have Jana and Elizabeth share later when I go into marketing. But I'm going to train on something that I think is super duper 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 important. You hear this? Important. And we have lots of new people, and I want you to master this from the beginning, because I think that no matter how long you've been in, it's something that you need to work on, and that's called closing. Who feels like they're a master closer? Master. Well, good. Nobody in the room. I'm talking to the right people, all right? Make sure I'm talking to the right people. So we're going to shift gears and talk about closing. Okay. So you're going to want to take notes because there's a couple things. I have handouts for you, but then there's several things that really make a big difference in closing, okay? So closing is not just the individual consultation. There's several things that you can do. Got a pen? Good job. There's several things that you can do. Everyone have paper? Everyone have paper? I need paper. Okay. Well, actually, here I'll hand this out. That way, you guys can all have paper. Hand this out, but you promise you're gonna not look at it just yet. This is so. Actually, I will explain what it is while we're passing it out. What I printed off is the last page, the 9th page off of my script on my site of how I do my facials. Now, I love the flip chart. I think it's phenomenal. However, I didn't come in with a flip chart, so I do things a little bit differently, and yes, we can convert over to that. But if you have a desire to do things a little bit, or do things the way that I do my facials, you can print off my outline. It's on my website under the skincare class video. So it's 9 pages. The last page, this is the only thing I printed off, is the individual consultation and what the questions that you ask when you're meeting with them one-on-one. Okay, so that's what this is. But I want you to turn over and write some notes, because there's several things. You guys all know what closing is. You can have an awesome facial, and a lot of you right now are doing your practice faces, and you're just practicing. And here's what I see new consultants do all the time. They run through the facial piece, and then they're like, all right, if you want anything, let me know. Run away. Like yeah, seriously, I've seen new consultants be like, oh, I don't know what to do now. Awkward. So they're like, okay, they just avoid it. Yes, or you just keep talking and you don't ask, okay? I've done it. I get it. The reason is I know nobody wants to be pushy. We think if we're asking for the sale, we're being pushy and aggressive. That's a mindset that you've got to change. That the first thing about closing is it's an attitude. Write that down. Closing is an attitude. If you go into an appointment saying, oh, I don't want to pressure her. Oh, she's not going to buy anything. Oh, I don't want to love her. She's not going to buy anything, okay? But if you go into it saying, I love closing, that's my favorite part. I get to meet with her, and I get to help her get what she wants and help see how Mary Kay can help her with her needs. If you have that attitude, you'll be excited about closing. But I see so many people, and I've done it a gazillion times in my business, where I avoid closing. And so just know that it starts with an attitude, all right? So first of all, it's an attitude. Couple of things about closing that can really help you increase your sales. Because here's the thing. If you don't close, you're leaving money on the table. And Mary Kay Ash used to say it's about $300 a party that you're leaving on the table if you don't close. So if your sale, usually with new consultants, or with any consultant, if their sales are low, my very first question is always, are you closing them? And 9 times out of 10, what's closing? They're not closing. Okay, so first of all, it's an attitude. You're not being pushy. You are helping her. You are helping her get what she wants and making it work for her. Okay, so a couple of things about closing. Number one is if you let them know on the front end that they're going to be meeting with you individually at the end, that makes it so much easier. And so basically, if you say, I'm going to do the party today, and then I'm going to meet with each of you individually at the end, and at your individual consultation, we'll like, maybe let's say you're talking about foundation. Okay, Carrie, at your individual consultation, we'll make sure that if you want a different type of foundation, we'll make that work. Does that make sense? You're talking about it over and over again. You could also, like, I talk about the follow-up appointment all the time, but you can also be talking about the individual consultation. And here's what it does, is it creates accountability for you. Because then you're more likely to do it. Because I have found if I slack in individual consultations, if I talk about it more, then I'm holding myself accountable. So at the end, I have to do it, right? Okay, so we talk about the individual consultation throughout the party. A couple of things that help is the wish list. Make sure that throughout the appointment, you're having her create a wish list. And I'm constantly, if you listen to me do a party, I'm constantly like, if you like this, put on your wish list. If you like this, put on your wish list, because I'm going to show you in the individual consultation, that is gold to you. That is gold, is that wish list. But I want to make sure you know how to use it, okay? So there's that will help you with a powerful close. The other things that help with a powerful close is using a set sheet. Using a set sheet. If you're not using a set sheet, you're leaving money on the table. You're leaving money on the table. Shoot, I was going to bring in my set sheets tonight, but I forgot. You might do me a favor, go in the facial room and not even just bring in my whole facial stuff, but mainly I want the little thing on top, like where I have my profile cards and all of that. Do you mind doing that? It's in the back corner.
What's your website?
My website is Candace, NSD, Candace with an A, NSD, National Sales Director, what it stands for.com. And then under new consultants, there's 4 training videos. The 5th video is me doing a facial. Below that is all of the resources, like my before and after pictures. You guys see me do. The closing sheet. I don't care what closing sheet you do. The starter kit has some gorgeous closing sheets. They're gorgeous. But here's the thing that I would not recommend doing, and a lot of us top directors completely agree, is don't give them the prices during the appointment.
Yeah.
And you give them the set sheet at the end, because here's the deal. You want to, okay, anytime someone asks me throughout the appointment, how much does that cost? How much does that cost? How much does that cost? I don't ever usually say prices. I usually will say, and you guys are new, say, I don't know the prices yet. We'll talk about that at the end. You can blame it on being new as long as you need to. But I usually say, oh, I'm not 100% sure. We'll talk about that at the end. And I move right along, because here's the thing. If once the second she looks at prices, she's going to change her mind. She's thinking dollars, because you want to sell her on the value of the product first and then talk about money. Does that make sense? So that's why the set sheets, if you're using the ones that come in your starter kit, they're gorgeous. But I would recommend maybe keeping them till the end and then passing out the set sheet. Like, that's what we've done for years. And so whatever set sheets you use, I use the one with the 12 sets, but sets will make you a lot of money, okay? So whatever set sheet you use a set sheet, all right? And so after you go through the whole appointment, at the very end, I do the table close. And the table close is where I usually stop my facials. If you come and watch me on a Friday, my table close is usually where I stop. Thank you, dear. And usually, so what I do is I have, is I say, all right, and here's how I start the closing. All right, we've come to my favorite part of the appointment. I get to show you how everything comes. And so you say that, you're claiming it's your favorite part. They get to go shopping. So you show that, so it's literally in my script. Now we come to my favorite part of the appointment. I get to show you how everything comes. And then I pass out the set sheets and I say, okay, now if you follow the outline, we've told them multiple times throughout the appointment they don't have to buy anything. All right? So many people are afraid of being pushy, and you've told them like 5 or 6 times you don't have to buy anything. All right? But at the end, you want to say, and it's in my script, I say, now, just because you came doesn't mean you have to buy anything, but if you did, I want to show you how it comes. Okay? So you're not being pushy, remember? You're letting her know how she can get this stuff that she loves. Okay? You're doing your job. Oh, the other thing that will increase your sales, before you get to that, is every time she tries something, you say, how does your face feel? Doesn't it feel soft? You know, if you read my script, I say nod yes, and you're getting them to agree with you, because the more you can get her to agree with you, the more likely she is to buy products. Okay? So that's another thing that will increase your sales, is every time, Amanda, how does that feel? Do your hands feel soft? Do you feel the eye makeup mover? Doesn't that feel soft? Does that make sense? Every time you're checking in with her. Okay, that's another little thing. So at the closing, I hand out a set sheet to everyone, and I say, I'm going to show you how everything comes. Go through the sets. Here's a little trick, is you don't say dollars. I'll say, okay, set 1 is cleanser, moisturizer, foundation at $64. They can read dollars, but it sounds cheaper, okay? So I go through all the sets, I explain what everything is. Then I think this part's really important. Once I've explained it, I say, now I'm gonna have you dream. I want you to write down what sets you would get if everything was free. Because you want her dreaming, and remember, not looking at the prices. Because right away, she's looking at prices. I can't get this, I can't get this, I can't get this, right? You want her dreaming, because your job is to figure out a way and work with her to get what she wants, which we'll talk about in a second. But you want her dreaming. And then I have her dream, and then if you're at my appointment, I have the consultants clean everything all up. And if you're at my appointment, I tell people, don't clean up until that point. You want to know why? Because I think I did it to Amanda or somebody the other night. I'm like, don't. I was like, don't, hold off on that. We'll do that in a second. Like, not being rude, but I want you to know why, and here's why. Is because you want them paying attention. If consultants are scuttling around cleaning stuff up, it distracts them, and they're not paying attention and listening to prices. Does that make sense? So I want you to know why, is I'm trying to help you make more sales. And so it's the same thing. And here's what I love about that is that when I go to close with them, I don't have this big mess to clean up. Does that make sense? I want her dreaming, and then while she's dreaming, I'm cleaning everything up. And if you watch the way I do it, I don't talk about the roll-up bag till the very, very, very end. After we clean up, after they're dreaming, then I have the roll-up bag, and then I pull out the bag and show them the bag. If you do not have a roll-up bag, you're shooting yourself in the foot. Get a roll-up bag in your first order. That roll-up bag will make you a lot of money, okay? And if they look at that little tiny picture of the roll-up bag, they're not gonna buy a roll-up bag.
And have the rollback filled.
Have it filled full. Put all your stuff in it. Don't have a wimpy little empty roll-up bag. It does. It looks pathetic. You want it full of all the stuff. Put your foundations in there. Put everything in there. Like, what? That roll-up bag will make you a lot of money, you guys. And so you make sure that in your demos, you have a roll-up bag and you take that out ASAP. If you don't have it in your inventory, you pull it out, you order it, and you get yourself a roll-up bag because that will sell you a lot of money. Okay, so if you come to my appointments, I say, here's the bag. Look at the cool bag. You know, zips on the top. And then I say, and look, each compartment comes off, and every time they're like, oh, it's the funniest thing. And there's like a gasp every time I pull off the thing. It's quite funny. We love that bag. You're gonna romance that bag, okay? And then I tell them about the deals. And you guys can offer whatever deals you want in the roll-up bag. But I usually say, order, if they order at least $200, they get the roll-up bag for free. Okay. So on my little sets, I have $2.99 and $1.99 and then 2 for $99. On my site, though, if you're not comfortable giving that much away, there is another set sheet that says on the right side, it says, get me 4 sets and get the roll-up bag for free. So that's an option. You guys get to choose what you want to do based off about your inventory level and how much you're comfortable giving away. Okay? So that's the table close. And if you come on a Friday night, that's when I usually stop, is there. And then it's your job to meet with them individually. And I have seen at a lot of events, not looking at anyone in particular or anything, but that people then don't know what to do with their guests. Okay? And so I'll say, all right, now you're going to meet with your guest individually. And you're going to go over any questions or whatever, book those follow-up appointments. And that's the last time I say clean. Okay? Now, if you're at a party in someone's home, you want to pull them away from the table. And if you're at an event here, like on a Friday night or in Denver, you want to pull them away from everybody because women do not want to talk about their finances in front of other women. And I have done this multiple times in my business where I get lazy and I'll close them at the table, and every time my sales are low. Every time. But if I pull them apart and I'm disciplined to do that, I get way higher sales. Okay? So, and if you've told them throughout that they're getting an individual consultation, then it's your job to do it. And to ask them to do it. So if I'm going into a home, I usually set it up like, and if I'm in a hostess home, I'll say we're going to do the party in the kitchen, then I would maybe just take them into the dining room or into the living room where I'm going to pull them off one-on-one. Okay? So this is important. Okay, what I'm going to do is meet with you individually. Oh, here's one more really important thing is if there's food, I don't let them eat until the end. It's not mean, it's smart, okay? Because if you have a hostess and then she wants to feed people and then you don't start till 45 minutes later. Because once they start eating and gabbing and their hands are sticky and they're gonna touch their face, they're gonna wait till they're all done, and then you're sitting there waiting, twiddling your thumbs, trying to get the party started. So that's in hostess coaching, is saying, you know what, I want this party to go as best it possibly can. I know you have some amazing food. Let's wait until the individual consultation to bring it out, and because then there'll be lots of more time. I'll be meeting with them individually, then they'll have lots of time to eat and mingle. Does that make sense? So that's planning ahead. So when I say we're going to meet with everyone individually, then I usually ask, does anyone need to leave early? Okay, you need to leave early? All right, Bree, come with me. Does that make sense? And so here's what I do. I say, all right, Bree, come with me. And I tell her to grab her profile card and her purse and the roll-up bag sheet. And I get up and I walk over to wherever I'm going. And she gets up and she walks and follows me to wherever I'm going. That you have to tell them, pick somebody and then tell them to follow you. And then you go meet with them individually. Because I've seen this happen where people are like, I'm going to be over there. You want to come meet with me? Come. And then you sit over there and twiddle your thumbs and you wait and nobody comes. You tell them, hey, come with me. And they will walk over. And then after you're done with her, you say, all right, pick Savory. And then she'll walk in and she'll pick Savory and Savory comes in and walks me. And then after I meet with Savory, I say, Savory, go pick Amanda. Savory walks over to Amanda. Amanda walks over to me. It's the craziest thing. But you have to instruct them and take control of the party, which that's what a lot of women don't do, is they are waiting. And then you end up having 4-hour parties. No, you got to take some control. and they're waiting for your and not that you're mean, but you're like, all right, ladies, like I'm really fun about it, but I am not there longer than I need to be.
What if you don't want to remember
That's okay. Just say, pick that lady wearing the brown sweater. Yeah. And you can be honest, say, I don't remember her name, the lady in the brown sweater. Oh, yeah. And maybe not know each other either. That's fine. And so just walk over and say, brown sweater lady, it's your turn.
The other thing I would do to entice someone to sit down with me is like a swag bag, like a goodie
Oh,
bag.
yeah. Mhm.
That makes a difference too, because they're excited. They're like, and I let them know that when we sit down together, they'll go ahead and get their goodie bag at that time. They're like, oh yeah. And then again, they're like, oh, they get really excited about it. So that's another way to help with that closing.
Yeah, so swag bags, in case you guys didn't hear online, swag bags, you can put whatever you want in a swag bag. Usually it's just very inexpensive candy and a couple samples, you know, maybe a gift card or something. Don't have to be anything crazy. But yeah, you can just say, I'm gonna give you your swag, and that's in pre-profiling. She's getting a swag bag all ready for her. Yeah, that's another fun reason to say, hey, come and meet with me, you'll get your swag bag. Yeah, great question. Or great point. Okay, so I'm handing out two things. They're both the same, and I want you to pick which one you like, okay? I want you to pick which one you like. So when you're sitting with them one-on-one, this is what you go over. All right, so the first one is just 6 simple questions, and then the other one is individual consultations more in depth of exactly what I say and the verbiage, okay? You guys are going to be role-playing, so be prepared. You better be paying attention because I want you role-playing and asking people these things. Okay, so so basically the one that says individual consultation is just a lot more in-depth, but you could take this little guy with you to remind you to ask you these 6 questions. And those of you that are new, you can blame me and say, all right, now what I have to do is my director told me I have to ask you these 6 questions. Okay, I'll be the bad guy, but I want you asking them. First of all, so you're taking her and you're saying, Jan, I'm going to role play with you because you're right here. Okay, Jan is going to role play with me. Okay, and here's another little side thing is usually like I'm really tall and I scare people sometimes, but I like when I'm sitting with someone, you want to sit lower than them. And so I do this all the time. If you watch me, when I'm meeting with someone, we're having a serious conversation, I will be lower than them because it's less intimidating. Does that make sense? And we're talking about money. And I want her to not be intimidated by me. And so that's a little tip that if you're sitting down with them one-on-one, just get a little bit lower. Not like crazy screaming, but just like a little bit lower. Does that make sense? Don't get weird, all right? Don't get weird. Remember, this is fun. Don't do that. Okay, my director said I have to like. No, okay. All right. So first of all, I just ask her, did you have a good time? And you're just asking her, did you have a good time? No, she hated it. Nobody ever says that.
They liked your face.
Yeah. What was your favorite part?
Oh, I liked all the facts.
Yeah, you like the facts? I know. We got some good products that have some good statistics. So were there any questions about your skin that we didn't get answered or anything we didn't go over?
No, I actually like that.
What happened to my little thing? Do you know what happened?
It's right behind you.
Oh, behind me? I just can't see it? Okay, sorry. I take this with me. Okay, so we don't have any questions that you didn't get answered. Awesome. I'm grabbing your profile card. And then at this point, I usually say, let me see your profile card. What do you have written down here? And then this is what I personally do, okay? And I'm gonna explain this in a second. But basically I say, oh wow, it looks like you have 3 sets written down here. Just so you know, if you got one more set, I'm reading off this person's. Oh, Marlene, actually, this did work. She bought a roll-up bag on payment plan. So anyway, so she had 3 sets written down here in her thing, and I said, so Marlene, looks like you have 3 sets written down here. Would you mind if I showed you what it looked like? Well, no, I said, if you got one more set, you would qualify for that roll-up bag. Would you mind if I showed you what that would look like in a payment plan? Payment plan, what? And I'll explain how I do that in a second. Hold on, don't forget. So if you want, you could get these 3 sets. And then she really liked the microderm that she didn't put on here. So I said, Ann, I know you really like the microderm and you really wanted something to even out your skin. We could add the microderm in and you could get, and I have this, it's on my website, all I said, you could get the princess bag. And with tax, it comes to about $218. I could split the payments for you though. So you get 2 payments of $109, 3 payments of $72, or 4 payments of $54.71. Any of those look like possible options? Awesome.
Yay,
Yay, you get the bag. 3 payments of $72.94. Awesome. So do you want to pay for that once every 2 weeks or once a month? Okay, perfect. When's good? Well, we're going to charge one today. So do you want to do, what is it? 11, 12. The 11th, we'll do the 12th. We'll do the 12th of every month. Is that fine? Perfect. Awesome. We'll get your bag. I'm so excited. So write the sales ticket. And then I say, and we need to schedule your follow-up appointment because I want to make sure that you're using this stuff and then it does what we talked about. So when can we schedule your follow-up appointment? Are you usually more available during the days, evenings, or weekends?
Days are better.
Days are better? Okay.
Wednesday.
Wednesday, I have a 10 o'clock or noon. Hold on. A 10 o'clock? All right. Do you want me to come to your house or do you want to come to the studio? Your house. Okay. I got your address here. Awesome. Also, if you want to have friends join you, it's way more fun with friends. I offer some great hostess plans. You could get, if you have 3 people there, I can even give you a discount on your, like maybe take half off one of your payment plans.
Ooh.
So your next payment would be half. What do you think about that? If you get 3 ladies there, I know, it'd be cheaper. Or you could get, or you could get 50% off another item if you have 3 people there. So see what you can do to book that. And then lastly, I make it my job to share Mary Kay with everybody that I do or that I talk to. I share about what I do with all my consultants, all my customers. Now, I know you don't have to be interested at all, but would you mind listening just to a quick video, or I can meet you for coffee? This month, I am giving $1,000 cash away. You get 1 entry if you watch it on a video, 3 entries if we can set up a time to meet for coffee. I'm buying coffee and $1,000 cash. So when can we set that up? Are you available tomorrow at all for about 15 minutes? 20 minutes?
Yeah, sure.
Let's do it. So then I book it. Does that make sense? So I just went through those 6 things. Now let me explain. Before you ask your question, I'm going to explain a couple of things about this. And this just happened. Like literally, this is the chick that last week I talked about. I met at Office Depot and she came. I met her anyway. I met her on Thursday. She came on a Sunday, bought a roll-up bag right away. It can happen that quick, you guys. And so, anyways, so a couple of things. You ask her just a couple of questions, about her skin, and then I say, what would you like to take home with you? Now, you only offer the payment plans if you have, and this is where it explains the inventory thing here on this page. It says, on this page, it says only offer, I would only recommend offering payment plans if you have at least $3,000 of inventory on your shelf. It does not work if you have any less. You cannot do it. You will run out of product too quick. You can't do it. I would not recommend it. You don't have enough to sustain that. And so this only works. And I would say maybe an 1,800, maybe, but you'd be pushing it. You sell a couple roll bags, then you're out of a bunch of stuff. And so really until you get to the 3,000, 3,600, that's why it's considered a full store, because it can sustain that. Now, a couple of things. So if you don't have that amount of inventory, the only kind of payment plans I would ever say is that half now, half later, where they pay half now, half later. That's an option. Here's the huge thing about payment plans, and it says it in here. I do not do cash payment plans, and I don't even do check payment plans anymore. It says in here I did checks. In the beginning I did checks. Nowadays people just don't do checks anymore. Now, I would not ever recommend you do this if it was something that I got screwed. Does that make sense? So I know people can be afraid to get payment plans, but trust me, it does not work if you have less than $3,000 of inventory. It just does not even work. And that's another huge perk of having inventory. But But I personally, and people do them differently, but I have not had it be an issue. I'll give them the product. I get a credit card and I charge her card once every 2 weeks or once a month. I usually don't like it to be spread out more than 2 or 3 months tops. Okay. Here's the really important thing about payment plans. You have intuition. You have spent an hour and a half usually with somebody. If you get any weird, awkward warning signs, don't offer her payment plans. But for the most part, you have spent an hour and a half with someone, and she, you can tell. I'm just telling you that. I have not had it be an issue. Does that make sense? So that's an option. I've never had it be an issue. Mm-hmm. No,
So
and you have their card info.
If you don't offer it to the one person, would you not offer it to the rest of them?
They wouldn't know. You're meeting with them individually. That's why you meet with them individually. You're overthinking it, girl. No, it's not been a problem.
Typically, when they ask for payment plan, they don't want to talk about it.
Yeah, they know.
Yeah, like they're,
That's their business.
yeah.
If they have to make a payment plan on a roll back, they don't want their neighbor knowing that they just paid full price for it.
Yeah.
So
No,
that's kind of
yeah.
their own. Typically, yeah, I've had it
Yeah.
where I've
Okay.
some people I offer it, some people I don't at the table, and that's not good.
Yeah.
Okay.
So there's payment plans. So here's what I do every time. If you choose to offer payment plans, is every time, no matter how many sets she has, I say, would you mind if I showed you what it looked like in a payment plan? Because when I show her, they're about, I'd say, I don't even know what the percentage is. A lot of the times they end up going with it. But they hadn't thought about that because they didn't realize it. Because right away, her brain's thinking, I'm going to move that around and fit that into my budget. Does that make sense? Because she wants it. Why inventory is so important, and to have at least that level. And Mary Kay offers a 90% buyback guarantee, so you can't go wrong. If she doesn't want to do that, then the next question is, and it says it right here, well, what would you like to take home with you tonight? If you don't have inventory on hand, don't say the tonight, okay? I carry my inventory with me to the trunk of my car, so I give it to them that night. So basically, you would say, what would you like to purchase or get or whatever? You just ask her. You just ask her straight out. It's that simple. Does that make sense? You just ask, what would you like to start with? That's a good one. That's usually what I usually have people say. Write that down. What would you like to start with? If you have less than 3,000 of inventory, say, what would you like to start with? And that's it. And then you write up the ticket. That's it. It's that simple. Okay? The other thing you can do is whatever she has on her wish list, you could say, would you mind if I just tallied it up for you and showed you how much that would cost if you got everything you wanted? Even if you don't have payment plans, because a lot of times she may have all this stuff and maybe it's $80, maybe it's $150, but you can at least show her, like, this is what you have. And okay, so here's where you use that wish list. All right, you book that second appointment. And Laura, let's say she has 5 things on the wish list and she only starts with one of them. You say, the next question is, well, would you like to earn them? Would you like to earn the other things on here? And then you come up with a great hostess plan. I just had an example on here of 75 or 35, or if she has 3 people, she gets an item at 50% off. You choose what you want to do for your hostess plan. That's a whole nother conversation. But make sure you have a hostess plan to offer her and how she can earn the stuff that she wants at a discount, because she'll bring people to you. And that Mary Kay, you guys, built her company on booking parties from parties. That's why we play the follow-up appointment game, is so that you book the second appointment. And I can't tell you how many consultants leave my things where we play the queen game. It's super fun. And they don't ever book any follow-up appointments beyond that. That's why we play the game, is because I want you to book a follow-up appointment with them. And it's meant to be so that she can bring people and make you bring her friends and earn free things or at a discount. Does that make sense?
And then you can brag about what she's earning for friends, and then her friends will do it.
Exactly. That you've got parties from parties is like the best. It's the best. You don't have to run around like meeting a bunch of people. It's the best. Okay. So you book that second appointment, you get it on the books that night, you offer the hostess plan. Then the last thing is you just ask her to just listen to info about the business opportunity, especially this month. You say, you know what? And it says on in here that the like a script as far as what to say is, I make it my priority to share with 100% of my customers. It may or may not be for you. But if you know more about what I do, you can give me better referrals. And I get credit for having you listen. We can do the appointment in person, or you can watch that video and follow up with my director. Just for listening, you get entered to win. Every quarter I do $100 cash. This month you could say $1,000 cash. And then you would call me if they want to do a 3-way call or a career chat. And you say, Candace, when can we get together? I don't expect you to feel comfortable with that at all, okay? I have had several new people feel like they have to do the recruiting and they have to know what to say. No, use me. I'm here. Use me, use me, use me. Until somebody like Jana is one of the only, Jana and Elizabeth just recently started doing their own marketing talks. And they're in DIQ, okay? So I wouldn't expect you to feel comfortable doing that just yet. Use me, all right? Question now.
I did today.
You what?
I used you today.
Yeah, and you got 2 people that are want to sign up. 3 even, I think. Yeah, yeah.
Just real quick texting her. Here's the phone number.
Yeah. Call this person. Call this person. I'm like, I'm on it. I got
Yeah, it was
time. Yeah. That's my job, is to work for you. So don't feel like you have to do any of that. Okay. And this month, use $1,000 cash drawing thing. I know, Ellen, you had a question. Did we answer your question in that?
Kind of.
Okay. Caitlin.
The other thing that you guys can do too is if you don't have like the 3,000 inventory I've done, because I've done the payment plans, but they don't get all of it right now. They get parts of it now. And that's something that you can do, because then you can replace it kind of as you go. Just another suggestion.
It's all what you're comfortable with too.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's totally in your comfort zone. I prefer to do it that way because I don't want to deal with delivering stuff to people later or whatever. Like, that's just how I personally work. But, you know, you guys work at it how you want to work it, you know? But I will tell you, I would not tell you to do payment plans if it was something, and like Jen and I can both attest to, if it was something that it was a problem consistently. Yeah, I would. But if something happens, it's a loss. You can write it off. Whatever. But I have not had it be a problem. Usually, if anyone's card ever doesn't work, they feel so bad, and then they feel guilty, and it's, you know, whatever, some issue. So, all right, so that's closing. Does that make sense? And then after you meet with that person, then you say, all right, Dina, go get Caitlin, and you do the same thing with each person, and then once I'm done with everybody, then I say I'm gonna go to my car and get get all your orders when I'm done with everybody. I don't go individually. I see people do that where they go individually and then it's a 4-hour party. Like, wait until, I'm serious, wait until the end to go get them their products, okay?
Yeah, the person that leaves.
If they have to leave, and a lot of times I'll say I'll get it to them later, depending on what they want. Yeah.
I do delivery because that person don't carry inventory. Never know. So I was just like, yeah, when can I deliver? I typically deliver that day. So, just really fun.
Yeah.
But if they leave, try to
At least close them.
remember, let them know
Yeah.
to call
Yeah.
the next day or.
Yeah. Okay. So now what we're gonna do, this is important. For the next like 3 or 4 minutes, you're gonna buddy up. So pick a partner, and I want this coming out of your mouth. You're gonna role play with each other because you can sit here and yeah, Candace. But I want you to be great closers. So first of all, let's say I love closing. It's my favorite part. I get to help her know she won. But seriously, I'm so happy about it. Okay, so you're gonna buddy up, and we're gonna take about 5 minutes, and I want you guys talking. Okay, does everyone have a partner? Turn to get a partner. The two of you. Callie have a partner. How about partners over here? Oh, you two? Amanda, Callie needs a partner with Amanda. Oh, you have one? Yeah, everybody needs a partner. No. Chill. Okay, the 3 of you are gonna be role play. No. Actually, you got I can't remember what it was for. You and Christina and Jeanette got something. That's what it was. So it was like the catalog. I can't remember what it was for. I just knew the IO prizes to the 3 of you.
Yeah, so it's having 3 people.
Okay. I can't remember. We're going to talk about the products in like 5 minutes, so hold on.
I know I'm almost out too, so it's perfect.
Not yet. I'm going to go close.
She'll grab you.
I'll grab you.
Yeah, she goes and does the marketing part and then she.
Then you go in. So, not these, but all of these are those. Okay, so they can try them. Okay. All of those, they can. All of those you can open. Not these, because they don't need them to over.
Yeah. And you open the lotions, because these.
Yeah.
Body washes. Okay. All of them. We'll be right there, lady.
I forgot to ask. Dang it.
Right? Let's ask Candace.
You probably want to see them.
Let's see. I'm using your stuff. I'm sorry.
Okay, no, that's fine. I didn't even open the box, so yeah. Well, you're sorry. That's good. You're going to show us how to use them. Yeah. That'd be great. Excited. I knew that'd be a good job for you.
Yep, I'm super excited. Oh, cool. Good. Good job. Good job.
There you go, guys.
I know. She's like,
All right, guys. 30 more seconds.
okay, so I'm gonna go to the demo, right? No, I say I'm gonna go to the demo.
I love this.
It's nice. It's subtle. Like it feels just like that. I love how that feels. I'm really excited to start using the body soap. Yeah, because I don't like the other stuff. The all over the wash and shake.
I do like that.
I like the wash and shake. I do like the hydrated stuff. I haven't tried that. I'm excited to try.
All right, guys, come back. Come back. I want to say one thing really quickly. All right, come back. All right. Did that help? Did that help to get it out? You guys are gonna now go use that clothes, right?
Yes.
Okay, I do want to say one more thing, and then we'll talk about the new products because I heard it somewhere over there. I think Nika was just saying it, but it made me remember. She said, "Oh, I get paid XYZ or whatever." Like maybe if they, oh, I heard something. I don't know. I don't remember. I heard over there, but it reminded me that if somebody tells me that their payday, like this happened just yesterday. I was helping Hunter close, and she was like, Larry's like, well, I really want the roll-up bag, but I don't get paid until Friday. Don't wait till Friday to contact her. What you do is you write up the sales ticket that day, because I've seen people say this all the time. Oh, I'll call you Friday. No. You write up that sales ticket so she knows and say, oh, cool. Well, let's write it up now, and then I'll contact you Friday. Well, usually I get her card info and everything, and and I'm going to put it through Friday, and I'm going to come deliver it Friday. I'm not giving her the product until then. But does that make sense that you go through as if? You don't just say, oh, I'll call you Friday, because guess what? They never answer. It works. Yeah.
And then I put the ticket on her desk, and she just came right to me.
Yeah.
Like, I didn't even have to try to collect.
Yeah.
I just put it on her desk, and I put her product on her desk.
Mm-hmm.
She came right to me as soon as she sat down.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so if someone tells you they are contacting me later, and then say, well, why don't we write it right now? We're together, blah, 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 blah. Take it that next step. Okay. All right, Jana, come sit and share the new products.
I know. Don't tell my secrets. Okay, so this is just a little bit of product knowledge along with like showing what the new products are. So I went to the Lori Hogg training. She's a makeup artist. She came out Friday night, and then she did the class on Saturday. And so she went over our new brushes and our old brushes. And she basically didn't want you guys to freak out and think that the old brushes are null and void. And they're not necessarily a replacement. So she said what you can do, and I think it was a great idea, is you can take apart whatever your old brush sets are and sell the brushes individually for $10 a piece. And also, this is still a very cool bag. It's able to go in the washing machine if it gets dirty, and it still has the really cool pocket that, you know, comes off. And so please don't think that what you have, if you have inventory, that these brushes are going away, because you still need them and your customers still need them. And hopefully you guys are using our brushes. Are you guys using our brushes? Please tell me.
Yes.
Yay. Please use it. We're beauty educators. These are our tools. And so, and they're amazing tools. And in order to sell them, you need to be using them.
Are the old ones being discontinued?
Yes.
They are.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. But she wants you to know that don't think that they're null and void, and you can stock up on them if there's some that you like. Because some of the things that the new brushes do, the old brushes don't, and some of the things the old brushes do, the new brushes don't. And so that's kind of what I wanted to show you guys. So this is still a really cool bag. This is the new bag, which it looks like it's awesome for traveling. It's small. It still covers your brushes. So just know that both of these bags are great. This one's cool because you can wash it and fit a ton of stuff in it because of the zipper pocket. So,
Getting rid of the whole bag too, huh?
huh?
Are they getting rid of
Yes,
Yeah.
but if you already, I mean, they're still available. So get them if you want. So
But to get the bag, you have to get the whole brush.
yeah, you do have to get the brush set. So the cool thing about our new brushes, these are all the brushes that come. So there's still 5. But what's different is instead of getting the brow brush, you get a smudger brush. So they changed that out, okay? So this is the new all over powder brush. When you guys feel them, oh my God, they're like, yeah, we'll pass them around. They're like velvety soft.
Oh my God.
Okay, these are all synthetic hairs. And what's cool about synthetic hairs is that it lets go of product. You don't get as much product trapped into the bristles, and it actually goes on your face as opposed to staying on the brush, okay? So This all over powder brush is amazing. It does a good job in replacing our old powder brush. So just know that. And then if you see this is our new cheek brush. If you look at it on the side, it's angled. So this brush is also really good for contouring and highlighting. Okay, so you can use it, the angled part, to do your blush, and then you turn it over and you can use the point. You see how it's angled, the tip? Okay, you can use the tip for your contour. Okay, and for your highlight. So, and it also doesn't spread, so it keeps the blush where it's supposed to go on your cheeks as opposed to like puffing out and making a bigger stripe. So this brush does a really good job of replacing our cheek brush. Okay, so these two brushes, the replacements are really worth it. So there's that. The next brush that we have is our all over shadow brush. So I want to show you the difference. Okay, so this is our old one, and I'll pass these around, and this is our new one. Okay, you guys can see. Here you go, ladies. So our new one, hairs are a lot longer. Okay, not as compact, right? This brush, the hairs are shorter and it is more compact. So this brush does a really, really good job of placing your color. And that's what it's supposed to do. Okay. This brush is a little bit looser, and so it's better to use it to shade. Okay. So that's why Lori wanted us to know that both of these brushes are good brushes to have. There isn't a very good replacement for this brush, but this brush still does a good job. Okay. So you can take this brush out of any of your brush sets if you want, and sell it to a customer for $10. Okay. So just know that this brush hasn't really been replaced. Okay, let's see. So the next brush we're going to talk about is our crease brush. So I'm going to show you the difference in these two brushes. Okay, so this is our old crease brush. Okay, it's super fluffy and the hairs are not packed very tight. So it does an amazing job of blending. This is an amazing blending brush, okay? So look at the difference of these two brushes. This one has like an angled tip. So it does a really good job of placing color in your crease. It doesn't do the best job of blending, okay? So these two brushes are really important to have. They do two different jobs, okay? That means this brush is not obsolete and this brush does do a good job. So you need both, okay? And you can sell this one for $10 out of your old brush set. Okay. All right. This one. This one annoys. This one annoys me just a little bit. Okay. So this. I don't have it. It's still here. I can just, okay. These are our smudger brushes now. So I don't know if you guys can see the difference. Okay. This one is short and compact and packed really tight. It does an amazing job. It's my favorite brush. So I'm really mad that they changed it. Now, this is what they call a bullet, okay? So it's supposed to be a smudger, but what this brush is really good at doing is actually placing eyeliner and eyeshadow in between your lashes, okay? Because it's pointed and it does not do a good job of smudging. I don't know why they call it a smudger brush. It's just not. It's a bullet brush, and you place, if you want to do like water tight lining, or I don't know what they call it, but I don't do it. I use this. So they have two different jobs, but they're called the same thing. So this brush is definitely not obsolete. Your customers need this brush if they want to do like any kind of cut crease or any kind of small placement, and then underlining the eyes and things like that. And this is really good. You dip it. You can use this brush. You can use it wet. You can dip it in any mineral color eyeshadow and use it as an eyeliner. It does a really, really good job. This brush, I haven't used it yet. I don't have any resentment towards you, brush. Sorry. But if you want to practice doing your waterline and stuff, this brush would be a good brush to use. So they're good. But this brush is the best if you don't own one. Buy one fast because I'm buying them all. Okay, so that is the brushes that are in the new brush collection. So I'll pass that around, feel them. They're so soft. That is one cool thing. There is definitely a difference in the texture of the brushes because these are real hair and these are all synthetic. So Just feels so good.
The synthetic about
Yeah.
Yep, and it lets go of the product how it's supposed to. So this is a dramatic difference. And this brush is not obsolete either. Okay, these are our foundation brushes. They are two totally different brushes. I do not think this brush should have to go anywhere because they do two totally different things. Okay, so if you like your foundation, this flat foundation brush, get a bunch because they do a really good job with our cream to powder and our CC cream. Yep. Now this brush is our new foundation brush, and it does a great job too. So it's hard to say if one is better than the other. It's really a preference, but I like them both. And this one is also good for contouring. But the cool thing about it, so I use cream to powder, and the problem with cream to powder and using this flat brush is so much product gets stuck down in the bristles and it gets stuck down in the base here, so it's really hard to get it clean. This brush lets go of all of it, and nothing gets compacted down into the bristles, and they're so easy to clean and take care of. So this is
I think that's more of a liquidy type, and this is the creamier foundation.
But supposedly you can use it for all.
That's
so
a different finish.
It is a different. This will be more buffed.
More airbrushed.
Yeah, more airbrushed look. So again, it's a preference, but this brush is still amazing. So right. So like people who have large pores, I don't know if you guys know this trick or not, but it's a pretty cool trick. If you put your foundation on your hand, okay, not on the brush, don't ever pour foundation on the brush. That's how you get bacteria. Okay, so you use this as your palette, put your foundation, you buff it in circles, it's gonna fill in your pores. It's a super cool trick, and it gives you a very, very, very smooth finish. So that's what this brush is gonna do. Okay, super fun. Okay, so we have a new powder foundation brush. So I think I have my.
It's on the floor over there.
So if you guys have the old mineral powder foundation brushes, from what Lori said, I don't use the powder foundation brush, so
I like it. I don't like it.
I use it.
Yeah.
so it's really sharp, and this one is more rounded and smooth, and so this one is supposed to give you a better foundation or a better finished look, than this one does. So this one is definitely replaceable, okay, and this is a very good replacement for it. So don't buy more of those. Just buy these. Get rid of those. Get rid of those. Well, I'm just being honest. They're all good products. Okay, so this is, I don't think I have one. I wish I could show you. So this is our new cream eye color. So the difference in this one is it's a little bit looser.
Ours is old one's longer.
Right.
Yeah.
And this
it's
one isn't
more-
as tightly packed.
Yeah.
And so this isn't necessarily, it's going to take up a lot of product. And so our other cream brush, the bristles are more tightly packed and you don't lose as much product. So I would think this might be a good shadow brush, but maybe not necessarily for cream. So, but yeah, the other one is more useful for, you can use the other one, you can use it for your concealer, you can use it as a lip brush, and then you can also use it for your cream eye colors. But use 3 brushes. Don't use one brush for all 3 of those things. Yeah. And then this one's a little annoying too. So this is our new brow and eyeliner brush. There's a big difference. So unfortunately, this one's better. Right, depending on what you use it for.
So one of the things we learned at Lori Hodge is you can make, people like the blue mascara. It used to be a big thing in the 80s.
Yeah.
But the women who love it. And they don't want to go to Ulta or Sephora or wherever and pay $30 for a tube. With our mineral eye colors, because it's fine milled, is that what they call it, fine milled? You can use the brow gel and this and make blue mascara. Right? So every one of these brushes, you want the new set.
'cause
Yes.
there's so many uses, but you want the old set. But
Thank you, Christina. I'm like, that sucks.
you can't really, comb out your
Right, you can't do brows and eyelashes and I don't know. And you like ladies, we get product. Like if you wear a foundation and a powder, it gets in your eyebrows and it oxidizes and turns orange and you're like, what is going on? And you try to put your brow liner on and it's looking funky. And that's why we need this brush. This is the brush that combs it all out. This one doesn't do that very well. This one does, okay? This brush is for your eyelashes, so it's nice to have two separate things. And this just gets the clumps out and hopefully separates the tips of your eyelashes.
Especially if you use the intensity, you want to comb it out because it is so thick. You don't get those clumps.
Now, Lori also said to write to customer service and say we want to keep the old brushes, maybe have them available for individual
purchase.
sales.
Oh, okay.
So she said there's power in that, so everybody needs to write because
And
they
it
are
is
good
really
brushes.
cool to write customer service because they do listen.
They
I
do
mean, we're
listen.
important and they need to hear what we're saying because they're not out doing this stuff. We are, right? And they do. Yes, Pam.
I would not sell my brushes individually. I would actually sell them both of them and give them maybe $25 off.
Right.
Yeah.
You can do it however you, I mean, that was just a suggestion from Lori, but
You
you
don't
can,
have a bunch of bags.
right. Then
Yeah.
you could,
You can
I
sell
know.
bags too.
I love the bags.
Oh, yeah, I
'cause, like I just washed mine. I can break stuff.
I didn't realize
And you can throw it in the washer and it stays like brand new.
Yep.
Like it is amazing. Like I've had my brush bag for over 5 years. And I literally can throw it in the washer whenever I need to because I'm a mess. So I get products on stuff and everything. That's me. I used to put my makeup on in the car. I was one of those ladies. In the dark, with no mirror. Throw the lids on. Throw it back in the bag. Right? And you're like, yes, ma'am. And so my bag, I would look at it and be like, oh, God. The fact that you can take it and just throw it into the washer machine.
But, so also, even if they sold them on the website individually, couldn't we kind of create our own little?
It's your business.
It's your business. You can do whatever you want. You can mix and match the brushes. If somebody wants a good eye set, you could sell them every single individual eye brush and they
more
will.
than
Yeah.
retail price.
Party.
I was gonna say the synthetic brushing versus the natural fibers is a huge deal too.
Right.
If you guys follow anything, like Kylie Jenner just came out with a $300 natural fiber brush set.
Yeah.
People
not that
will pay
expensive.
more for them. Not saying you can charge more than retail, but some people do like
Natural fibers as opposed to,
Yeah, these are a big deal.
No, these new ones are synthetic.
yeah, the newest
Old
one.
ones are natural fibers.
Right.
Yeah, they're both really good.
That's one reason. So and you get different finishes with the two, and how the product.
You just kind of play with it.
So you want them both.
So when we go, what else are we going over?
Yes, ma'am.
When are they gonna stop selling the old set?
When they run
I
out.
was gonna say when they run out.
It'll just say sold out
Unless we told
on
them.
unless we, I mean, and it might even just be a quarter, like this quarter they'll be out and then next
Yeah.
quarter they'll be like, oh, surprise. Enough of you said
Yeah.
you wanted to keep
Which can
them.
happen.
Yeah,
Oh.
seriously, write to them and tell them that we want to keep the old set.
And
It's
send
a
that letter
really-
with the
I've paid a lot of money for more expensive brushes, and the ones that were in the, I think it was the 35th anniversary edition. It came out in a silver roll-up bag. I still have them all. They're all in great condition
Nice.
because I take care of them.
Yes.
I
And you
have
guys,
a big bin full of brushes.
you know you're supposed to wash your brushes like
Disinfect
once a
them.
week. Once a week on Sundays, no makeup
And then
day.
use a brush cleaner after every use.
Yes. And I just started doing that because if you don't use a brush cleaner after every use, then your eyeshadow always looks the same. It doesn't matter what color you use, it always turns the same color
Well,
because
and
you haven't
then-
changed
And
the.
your eyeshadow pot gets the oils from your
Right.
face and it starts getting gross.
Yep.
bacteria.
Yum.
So-
Bacteria.
We got a couple of other awesome things. So we got a lot of new awesome body products too. The brushes are amazing, so you're good for them. So we're gonna start with the sun care stuff. So they actually brought this back. It is the After Sun Replenishes Gel. It is amazing.
Keep it in your fridge.
Dude, it's amazing. My husband uses this. He I'm sorry. He mowed the lawn one time last year without a shirt because he was stupid. And he felt so hot. And he was just like, I feel like my skin is on fire. He wasn't sunburned, mind you, but it was just like the so I put a little bit of this on. He's like, oh my gosh, it's amazing. So we have this still. It's awesome. So it's kind of like, it's got hints of aloe, so it's either you've been out in the sun all day, not necessarily sunburned, or if you do get sunburned, because they're not using Mary Kay sunscreen. This is awesome. I keep saying awesome, but it's really good. The other cool thing they have now is our subtle sun tanning lotion.
They brought that back. We've had this before.
It's good. It has, this is my first time seeing it, but I've only been there for a little bit. But you can use this all over. They say using it just like lotion, and it does a subtle. It's not going to be turned orange, which no one wants. So that's
Use it from the neck down though, not.
I had a question from somebody asking if it would test your hands because the old one's dead. And I said, when in doubt, use a applicator or gloves.
Or satin hands afterwards.
yes. Speaking of satin hands,
Yes.
nice sidetrack. All right. So the next one I'm super
And
excited
start
about.
talking to people. It's going to be spring and
Yes.
summer soon. Subtle tanning lotion. It's just going to like make you a little bit darker, but you're not actually burning yourself and creating sun damage. So. No, we still have that.
That's still on there.
Yeah.
Okay, so speaking of satin hands, they have now a satin body set, which I am super excited about. Yeah. We're gonna pass the lotion around. So that's the lotion, and I'm gonna pass the shade cream around too, Bree. So, yes, they are samples. All right, so we've got the body lotion, we got the body wash, and a body scrub. These three are $18 each. I highly recommend encouraging them as a set. I did the math. If you buy them all individually, they're $54. Sell them as a set for $50. Save you a couple dollars.
I know you get 3 things.
And
then
three.
you
And
get
they're good sizes.
I know, and the body butter, body whip.
Yeah,
Body
and
stuff.
I just thought of this. If they buy all three, offer the body butter 50% off. Yeah. It's 22, which that would go a long way, and it's nice, and it's not heavy, but it's not, it's light.
How scrubby is this scrub?
It is probably similar
One
to.
thing I do recommend to get a more even tan
Yes.
is scrub.
Mm-hmm.
Use
Which
this.
we have now.
Exfoliate to get rid of the dead skin.
Yes.
All that.
Exfoliating is always good. We've had it for our face, we had it for our hands, for our lips, for body. So yeah, that's what I would recommend, especially pre-selling, which is what we're gonna talk about next. Since that's all the new products. And I also have the new lookbook if you guys want to take a look at afterwards. It's gonna be on the
There's a
table.
lot of good.
So the very first page, it's your ingredients. Because everyone's asked me, okay, what kind of ingredients is it? It has the main ones in here. So this is actually really cool, especially if people are allergic, with retinol, plant stem cells, vitamin C, sunscreen, and it'll tell you what products have those
And what it does.
Yeah.
Because people were like, oh, retinol, what is that? 40
Mhm.
pounds, I turned 40. And what is it?
Yes.
And then you'd be like,
Yeah, got me.
So these are available Fridays. So what we're going to talk about now is how to pre-sell. Because the biggest thing Candace told us is we don't want you guys going home just talking about it.
actually, if you did the preferred customer
Oh yeah, that's true.
program or you're a star, they're available
Now.
As of the 10th.
Yes.
Saturday,
So you can jump in and go.
What are we talking about?
Pre-selling.
Oh,
How
pre-selling.
to pre-sell, how to do this. So I mean, the biggest thing, like I said, the satin body set. If any customers have bought satin hands and satin lotions that they rave about it, talk to them about this. Be like, oh my goodness, we just got this new satin body set. It's amazing. You get the 3 deal for $50, and hey, if you buy it for $50, you get the shade cream at 50% off.
Or like go to Hobby Lobby and buy the little pots and send it to your customers as samples.
Yes.
I want your opinion on this. Tell me what you think. Do you think somebody would like this?
Like
we
we
have
did with the
Mother's Day
Choco
coming
Mask.
up. We have all these fun things. Like, don't you think? I mean, you can go to the Dollar Tree and get the little fuzzy loofah sponges and package it all together as a nice little gift set.
For Valentine's Day, tell them, you'll give them a gift certificate now and put a little ad in.
Yeah.
Gift package with these that she can choose
Mhm.
when she holds her appointment.
Yeah. The idea is we've gotten a lot of new products. The idea is pre-selling them. How to do that? What ideas can you come up with?
But like somebody came to Hobby Lobby and buy something and.
Oh, sorry.
A little container.
Yeah, I don't know.
So at Hobby Lobby, like there's all, or not, you can even go to the Dollar Tree. There's all kinds of places that sell. I've even gone to Walmart and bought the contact lens containers, and you just put samples in them.
Amazon has a thing.
And Amazon has like a huge thing of little sample pops, but
Yeah.
at Hobby Lobby, they have those little plastic paint pots that come in a strip that you could use, so you paint by number with, but they're empty, and so you can just cut them into little pieces and then fill each little pot and send them to your customers.
And I know one
We're gonna train you guys on facial in a bag next
Oh yeah. One director with the.
Are you sure you're gonna go $1 million weekend?
Oh, we'll talk about
Oh yeah. Oh no.
We'll still talk about it.
And I know one director with the reusable, like if you get the jars, if they bring it back to you, you give them a discount. Then you can wash
Oh,
it
that's a
at
good
home.
idea.
So that's what one director did with the charcoal mask. You brought it back, you got 20% off.
Cool, because you're
So,
recycling.
Yes.
And if you go to Hobby Lobby, you can always download like a coupon.
Oh yeah, they're
20%
off all the time.
It's always available.
All the time.
And safe for Michael.
And they'll do comparative prices too.
Yeah. So.
So I want you guys to each come up with 3 ways you think you could pre-sell these. And I want you to write them down. On your marks, get set, go.
You want to have a plan when you go home.
Yeah, we want you guys to have a plan on how to pre-sell.
What if we already know?
Write it down.
Write it down.
Write it down so you can.
Yep, write it down.
Are we sharing?
We might be. I don't know. Write it down.
Don't.
Write it down. Just write it down.
Hey, Jenna.
You're 90% more likely to accomplish your goals if you write them down.
Hey, how often do they take this out?
Oh, okay.
Once every like 2 years, like I think we might get a fun smell at Christmas.
Yeah. What's up, Pam?
I forgot to say to wash your brushes when you get them.
I know. Oh yeah.
I just washed mine
Oh.
Oh,
the other day.
okay.
And I just.
Did you cry?
Yeah, I was like, oh, what was all this black stuff coming
Oh,
out of here?
Yeah. So wash. Everybody should take. If anybody buys a brush set and you're gonna use it, or if your customer is gonna use it, the first thing they need to do when they get home is wash their brushes. And what you wash your brushes with is Blue Dawn. Nothing else. Just a tiny, tiny little bit of Blue Dawn. You don't use Purple Dawn or any other kind of dish soap that has like moisturizing things in it, huh? Brush cleaner is not microbial or antibacterial. So Blue Dawn has no extra conditioners in it. It is antibacterial, antimicrobial. It's the only dish detergent that is, and the best thing for your brushes. No baby shampoo has too many conditioners in it. You need to just use Blue Dawn. Any kind of conditioners is going to leave like traces in your brush, or you're going to get it on your face, and it might make you break out, or it could ruin your brushes. So Blue Dawn. Write that down. Blue Dawn.
Okay. Sounds good.
Cool. And wash your brushes right away, because all the brushes are packed extra full with bristles. So there's hundreds of extra bristles in here. So when you wash them, it's going to pull all the extra bristles out, and your customer won't get them all over their face. So then they're going to think something's wrong, like, why is it shedding? Well, it's been packaged with thousands of extra bristles. So you need to wash them, get the extra bristles out, and that'll be good.
Do not tug on them, though.
Yeah.
Oh, right after you get them washed.
When you wash them, you squeeze, but you don't squeeze and pull. You just squeeze. And then you let them dry on the edge of the counter like this. So they maintain their shape, okay? You squeeze, don't pull.
All right, so who wants to share the pre-selling ideas?
Pre-selling ideas.
Go.
All right. Bingo.
Okay, so I have a friend that, and I don't know how you wanted this.
That's fine. Just talk.
So I had a friend that absolutely loved satin hands. So I was just messaging her, and I took a picture of it, and I just showed her that they came up with the body. How do you say it? Body.
Just
Body set, satin body set.
Yeah. She just messaged me, and she wants some.
All right.
She loves
Perfect. Well, and that's an idea too. Like, we'll leave the box up here after the meeting is over. Like, you can take pictures of the brushes. You can take pictures of the satin body set and use them on your social media. Hopefully, you guys have a private Facebook group for all your customers. You can show pictures in there.
And then
That's like one of the best ways is just say, oh my God, Mary Kay just came out with a satin body set. Who wants to be the first to try it and give me their opinion? Yeah.
Great. Can you also incorporate it into your ritual?
Oh yeah, you can do whatever you want. You can do whatever you want. Yep. Yeah. Except for
Body
someone
wash
who
that
date
might
or
be.
So I think the brush I'm most excited about is the foundation brush.
Yeah.
I can't wait to try it. Very cool.
Yeah. No, for sure.
So the new the body set. Don't we have 3 lines, like 1 line for the first line, 2 lines for the second line, 3 lines for the third line? To kind of help you. It's like your knee and your blank in the shower.
Oh my God, it does!
Okay, so you got your scrub, and then you got.
So you got 1, 2,
3.
and 3.
It's idiot proof.
Just stack up the lines so it's on the top right here.
Yeah, so this is your third step because you see it has 3, 1, 2, and 3 lines. Pretty cool. So see 1 stripe, first step, 2 stripes, second step. And then this is the satin body butter with shea cream. It all smells like the satin hands, the white tea and citrus.
They're all individual, but what I'm saying is with 3 and then no, it's not.
Because as we know, everything is formulated to work together. So it will work better if you use it all together. As opposed to just the lotion or just the oh, I feel soft.
I know. I just use the lotion at night.
How does your hands feel? How does your face feel? Soft? Soft? Does your hands feel soft? All right. So any other questions? Anything?
Any pre-selling ideas
Let's close it down, ladies. Oh yeah. Did you guys hear that? So a leg tanning party. Because we do have 2 different ways for tanning in Mary Kay. So now we have the subtle tanning lotion, and then you'll probably see it as the summer starts to come up, but you can use CC cream as well.
Oh.
Yep, CC cream and foaming lotion together. All right, let's stand up and do our empowering statement, ladies. And don't forget to take pictures of stuff if you want while it's here.
Do you have it?
No, but I will say it from the top of my head.
Do it.
I swear it's not. Purpose, so I'd have to try to remember.
She needs a direct. We need to make it a mix.
We just wear it as a necklace. I know, we need to put like beads on it and you have to wear it. What a great idea.
I don't understand what that's for.
So if you have a negative attitude or say something like, I'm not necessarily negative, but I'm not good at this, or this sucks, or I don't think I can do it, then you get, and I've done multiple of those tonight.
You are breaking it up in here.
I know, it's great. Okay, I am great.
I am great.
I am wonderful.
I am wonderful.
I am a woman of excellence.
I am a woman of excellence.
I will let I'm a superstar.
I'm a superstar.
I will let nobody push my buttons.
I will let nobody push my buttons.
I will let nobody
I will go over. I will go under. I will go under. I will go around. I will go around. I will go straight through. I will go straight through. Any obstacle that comes my way. Any obstacle that comes my way. Because I'm highly motivated. Because I'm highly motivated. Truly dedicated. Truly dedicated. And I am a future free car driver in the making. And I am a future free car driver in the making. Thank you all for coming. We hope to see you next week.
All right, I got it.
Yep. Bye.